yo, yo, welcome to the show.
Yo YouTube, what is good? Welcome back to another video. It is Sunday, October 20, 2024. We're answering the same question, what am I buying? And that relates to my taxable Robinhood account. It's the one that I've been doing portfolio updates on, dividend updates on, and in fact, I did a portfolio update yesterday. So if you guys are interested in that, there's been a few changes in the portfolio. So if you want to keep or stay up to date, feel free to go and watch that. In this video, we're gonna be doing our usual, like, what am I buying based on our weekly deposits, but I'm also gonna be revealing the three positions I'm selling out of in this upcoming week. More than likely, gonna be doing it tomorrow morning. Gonna give, I guess, my reasons for wanting to do that, and if you want to see that, you're just gonna have to stay for a bit. If you're new, thanks for joining, first of all. But if you're new and wanting to start your own investing journey, you can use my link in the description. You will get like between $5 and $200 worth of free stocks. Everyone get a stock. Definitely doesn't hurt to do it. Doesn't hurt not to do it, but it makes more sense to use a link. So if you want to support me or the channel or yourself, my link is in the description. This week, tomorrow, we're going to be dropping $180 into the portfolio. That's just their own money, adding to the nest, I guess, we're trying to build. Right now, we are sitting at $21,880. So, of course, adding 180 should take us a little bit past, let's say, a milestone, $22,000 milestone. So, unless the market kind of tanks on Monday morning, possibly, who knows? We will be seeing a new five-digit number. Well, in any case, we will see a new five-digit number, but across 22K, that's nice. We're splitting the money a little bit weirdly again. We're doing 55 on Monday, the 21st. We deposit everything at once, but it's just the way we spend it. It's staggered a bit so that in theory we can get in at the most random slash most ideal prices. Who knows if it really works? 55 on Monday. We're doing 65 on Wednesday, the 23rd, and of course, the remaining 60 will be on Friday, the 25th of October. So, what are we gonna buy? Let's look at that. On the 21st, we're buying two things, or three things actually. I think there's one on the third page. We're buying Stag, one share of Stag, taking us to 14 shares in total. Stag is a monthly paying REIT. They focus kind of like on, how do you say this? Industrial properties, I'd say. They're, let me not try to explain that. But Realty Income is our next REIT we're buying. We're buying zero point 0.2 shares of that. 14.5 shares is what that purchase will take us to. And for Stag, I'm not sure if I mentioned it. Buying a share will take us to 14 shares. Both strong REITs or strong tickers in their industry. Really enjoy that. Good dividend paying companies, monthly, all that good stuff. Estimating that to be $50.60, and I guess there was only two for that day, so I apologize. 23rd, we're buying Realty Income SMH. We're buying what am I saying? 23rd, we're buying SMH, which is a semiconductor ETF. It is a basket of a lot of these, most, if not all of these, chip making companies. And given that it is a space you definitely want to be invested in, it might be hard to choose the best one. Of course, there are some that are obvious at the moment, but I think an ETF, which is a basket that holds all these companies, might be just the safest, easiest route to go. So that's what we're doing. This purchase of a tenth of a share will take us to 1.45x shares in total because kind of have that on a recurring buy. So it's not like a clean number of shares in there. Same idea with JPM, JP Morgan Chase, my personal bank. Love them, love the investment. This buy of a 0.17 shares will take us to 1.18x shares in total, and that has a recurring buy. So, estimating this set of buys on Wednesday to be around $64.18, and with that we go to Friday the 25th. buying more stag and buying more realty income. But this day, I think, is when we're buying something else. So, stag, we're picking up half of a share from 14 shares now to 14 and a half shares. Realty income, we're bumping it up zero point 0.3 of a share. So, in total, we're going to be 14.8 shares of realty income. Our last index fund, actually, I don't believe, yeah, it's not a stock, not an ETF, it is an index fund. IAT, Dow Jones US Regional Banks Index Fund, buying a quarter of a share, taking us to 5.25 of a share, 5.25 shares in total. So climbing, steadily climbing. Love to see it. And with those three purchases on Friday, about $50.55 is what we think it will cost. And with that said, let's look at the things I'm gonna be selling. So what am I selling? Question mark. This time it's in red because I'm getting rid of the stuff. First one is gonna be Starbucks. We're selling Starbucks. We're selling our 3.2 shares. It's gonna net us like $303. Might be a little bit more, possibly a little bit less. And let's look at the Starbucks thing over here. This is the portfolio, $21,880. Let's slide on over to Starbucks if and when my computer allows us to do that. Swore I loaded all of these prior, but I don't know how my computer works. So we might have to wait for the loading. So, Starbucks has done well. Year to date, 1.52% in the green. Nothing crazy, nothing to write home about. I don't remember when I started buying it, but past the year, it's up 2.6%. Past 5 years, up 12%. Nothing great in terms of performance from Starbucks. Right now, I guess we're kind of lucky where we got in, just around the time before the investors kind of pumped the stock. 14% return so far is where we're at. Think it's not necessarily good time to call it quits, but I love Starbucks as a company and as a stock, but I just feel like I could find better use for my money at the moment. Their yield 2.35%. It's a very good yield. It's probably around where my entire portfolio average is right now, so not really sad or happy, kind of indifferent to that. But in just big picture, I don't really think I need to own Starbucks anymore. The things I'm gonna be selling out of and buying into, I think, will also cover, I guess, whatever opportunity cost I might be letting go of, in my opinion. So Starbucks is gonna be the first one to bite the dust. All right. Sorry, not sorry. Next, we're selling Pepsi. We're selling our 3.5 shares worth of Pepsi, around $616. Let's see the Pepsi graph and our performance so far. Starbucks, we're up 14%. Pepsi, not so much. We've been invested in Pepsi for probably gooder, the better chunk of my portfolio life. Right now we're at 2% in the green. Pepsi, I know, is a blue chip company. It's, great dividends, of course, 2.9. It's a 3% yielding company. I love that. It kind of hurts getting rid of Pepsi, not gonna lie. But again, I feel like I have better avenues to invest this $600 I have in here. There's Coke, there's General Mills, there's things that cover this space. I feel there's even related, not the same, but related. There's McDonald's, there's Costco, that type of thing. I feel like in this context, Pepsi isn't performing as well as I would have liked or wanted it to, and it's a fair trade giving it up for what I might be giving it up for. So number two on the chopping block, Pepsi, PEP. Sad to see you go, but we'll be fine without you. Last one, Smith and Wesson brands. I've never even seen this logo before, which is, what, that probably should say a lot in itself. I don't know much about guns. I don't know much about Smith and Wesson. I read about the stock in the news, sure, but a personal connection wise, not I mean, there's not much there. Let's say, we're gonna be offloading the 22 shares we have, a little bit under $300, but not salty at all. Let's look at our Robinhood profile here. We're up around 5% in that position. We were really well. We were all the way with it when it was, trading at $18. It has been slowly falling. That one earnings it had like really wiped it out. I think we were up maybe 25%, 30% at one point, and we really started like loading up after. So I wasn't like 22 shares up 30%. No, not at all. It was maybe 8 shares up 12%. Let's say that's like a $16 return. Like it looks nice on paper percentage wise, but equity wise, it wasn't a whole lot. So we still didn't really add a lot to the position. Now thinking to clean it out completely, just use the money elsewhere. Don't see why not. It does have a lot of upside based on what management is saying, the news is saying, but I just feel like just sell that, buy SCHD, buy something else. It's not worth it to me. In my opinion, not worth it. So those are the three stocks. Any ETFs? No, they're all stocks that I'm going to be selling on Monday. And how am I going to be using that money? Let's find out. It's going to be around $1,211. Let's say $1,200. And really, I'm just going to be splitting it across these tickers. Generally, I forgot to say SCHD, but SCHD will be getting a good chunk of whatever money is released, is freed up from these sales. So going to be buying into Coke, General Mills, Target, Realty Income, Home Depot, Costco, McDonald's, and SCHD, which is not here. Don't know why. At Home Depot here, I have an asterisk, and that's for a very special reason. I am gonna be kind of putting Home Depot on training wheels, and in order to do that, it just means I am gonna be shifting some of my recurring investments around. So SMH, like I said, it's at a share and a half right now, over $300. I feel like we can end the investment on this and start one on Home Depot. $2 a day, you know, until it gets somewhere. Of course, we're gonna be manually doing this, and that's gonna be what pulls the weight. What the hell just happened? Yeah, that's what's gonna be what pulls the weight. I don't know what the hell just happened, Robinhood. But a recurring investment doesn't hurt at all. I like to do it, so we're gonna do it. Doing this daily, I like to do it every day. Backup, none, just straight from the buying power. And review, we're gonna be buying $2 of Home Depot every day, and we're starting it tomorrow at 11. Cool. Love that. Alright, looks sexy to me. And that really wraps up the video. Probably have the same question here. What are you buying this week? What are you guys buying this week? What are you selling out of this week, if anything? I'd be curious to know. Let me know in the comment section below. It's a longer one, but I appreciate everyone who stuck around until this time. Drop your thoughts if you have any in the comments. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.